Hey, this is Lola, but you can call me Lola if you like.
Hi, this is Velisa, and you can call me Vels if you want. And this is the Everybody Hates HR podcast, episode 90.
Crazy.
90.
Crazy. I'm so happy.
Me too.
I'm happy that we're on track and all of that stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing. I feel like this month 90 is special to me because my grandma's turning 90 this month as well. Yeah. So I'm like imagine.
How's the planning going?
Oh my god, she's like a bridezilla. She called me yesterday and
say what?
To ask if I've sewn my material to wear yet.
Okay, that's a good question. Have you?
No, but it's because I want to take two different things at the same time, and one hasn't come yet because it's been shipped from America. So I'm just like, do you know what I mean? Just,
to be honest, you'll get it done. So yeah.
Just relax.
You're not going to show up and not have your materials.
Yeah, she's asked for a 3-tier cake. How do you say no to a 90-year-old? Don't know.
You don't?
Yeah, so...
You say you are the reason
I've ordered it, yeah. But I'm said to the grandkids, cough it up, because why should it just be me? Yeah, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
I've just come back from a spa weekend.
How was it?
It was literally so glorious. Literally, Friday, after work, jumped straight in the car, went to this lovely hotel and just did nothing. Like, we did spa treatment. We used the facilities, we ate in the restaurant, we literally didn't even do anything but just relax. So it was glorious, and I just feel like, I'm ready to. I'm feeling unwound. When the lady was doing my massage, she was just like, "Oh, you're very, very tight here." And I was just like, "Yeah, those are all my clients.
All your stresses."
Yeah, those are all my clients. But yeah, it's good. It's been a good week. Looking forward to the week ahead as much as you can.
Yeah.
I'm in one of those moods. I'm trying to be positive, but I'm in one of those moods. I'm like, why do I have to work? As much as I enjoy running my own business and stuff, sometimes I'm just like, wow, like I have to work. Like I actually have to work to make money.
For the foreseeable. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Do you know what? I had a really good day on Friday, because I wasn't working. Like I didn't have anything to do, and I went to, the big trampoline places. So me and my son went there.
Mum's on annual leave.
I was on mum's annual leave, yeah. And I was sweating, jumping. But it was so fun. It turned into a Halloween night thingy. But it was during the day. It was midday.
It's October.
Yeah. And then we went to a dinosaur soft play straight after.
Dinosaur soft play.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have big dinosaurs and stuff like that.
Yeah, which he's been scared of for ages, and he's still scared of it. It's in Blue Water, if you know. But
dinosaurs are quite scary.
Yeah, but he loves them. He loves dinosaurs, apart from those really realistic ones.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, and then we went Five Guys, and then he told me
Five Guys. Everything at Five Guys. Maybe they're junior. Do they have kids? Do they have kids stuff at Five Guys, or you just have to get it?
Nah.
Everything at Five Guys is so big.
Yeah, the chips and stuff were huge, but he was alright. He liked it, and then he was like, "Mummy and Daddy are his best friends," and I was
"Oh, cute!
That's so cute." Because it's
so
not gonna be forever. He's gonna get a real best friend.
You can still be his best friend.
I hope so.
At least it's I like that he put you on even keel.
Yeah, I asked him today. I said, "Who's your favourite?" And he said, "Mummy and Daddy." I was like, "Wow."
Together.
Yeah. You're not gonna give in, are you?
Yeah. But when you're not around, you don't know what you're saying.
Do you know what? I will also ask when he's not around.
Oh, your husband was there when you said it.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
I feel like there's a lot going on, and I'm just trying to think where to start. A couple months ago, before Labour came into power, we spoke about some of the stuff laws that are gonna come into play if they do come into power, and they will implement some in their first 100 days, and that 100 days is up next week, so they're gonna have to confirm. But I was just thinking about some of the stuff that have come out this week and how some of those laws can impact or affect what is going on. So I don't know if you've seen, but Harrod's which was owned by Mohammed Al Fayed, who some people, if you're a millennial like us, you'll know that, you know, his son was dating Princess Diana, was in the car crash, and he only died a few years ago. But basically recently has come out that there've been a lot of sexual abuse and sexual harassment claims.
Outright rape from what you saw.
Yeah, against him, and over decades that work at Harrod's. And Harrod's have basically come out and said, you know, they're sorry for like not protecting employees enough. And a lot of these employees, former employees, now have lawyers, and this is all going to court for there's going to be some compensation or whatever. But tying that in with one of the laws that Labour want to implement, which is, well, not even a law, but just a practice of doing more, putting more in place in workplaces so that sexual harassment, etc., doesn't happen, which I think is a very good thing.
Yeah. It's like, it's so sad. Like, I'm actually not desensitized to this anymore, but I have become desensitized in a way where I'm no longer shocked. And I think that is so sad. That, like, I'm just like, oh, okay, that's not shocking. It's not shocking that, you know, a very rich and powerful man basically used his company that he built as a way to basically target and sexually harass women who he had power over, maybe because of like his status or because of, you know, financial, you know, their livelihoods and all that kind of stuff. Like, it doesn't shock me. It doesn't shock me that it went on for years. It doesn't shock me that no one stopped it. It doesn't shock me that that people were quiet about it because obviously they were scared. Like, none of it is shocking. It's very sad, but it's sad that it's especially sad that I'm not shocked.
Very sad that you're not shocked. I think, yeah, when you work in HR, like, it's sad because...
Yeah. It's like, I'm not even shocked as I'm not even not shocked as a HR person. I'm just not shocked as a person.
Oh, that's even
sadder.
I mean?
Imagine somebody like, yeah, it's just the world around us. This is what's happening.
Yeah, because I feel like as a HR person, if I was to hear that somebody really senior was sexually harassing or sexually abusing an employee in the workplace, like, at this point in my career, that can never shock me. Like, I might heavy sigh and be like again, kind of thing, but I wouldn't be shocked.
And it's not hard to believe either. That's what I mean. Like, it's not hard to believe. It's like, oh, okay, it's very sad, but I'm not going to be like, oh God, how did this happen? Like, we know how it happens.
Yeah. And do you think that training is enough? Because so one of the things that Labour are saying is, you know, to take precautions, and obviously an easy way or a quick way to do that would be to train. Do you think that training is enough, like, as a precaution to prevent things like that happening in the workplace? Because it's a quick way and it's low hanging fruit to just do training, but is that effective?
I think training is helpful. Like, it's always a good thing to have training in place, but it needs to be like embedded. Like, people need to really understand. So there's certain training that we get in the workplace, which is taken more seriously and some that's taken less seriously. And you can always tell, because, like, for instance, you can tell what companies are, what they find important. So there's certain trainings that you do and it's like you forget about them. Like, you might do one EDI training. But when it comes to data protection training, for instance, the things that they can get in trouble for, they've been making sure that you know what to do, that you're not supposed to forward on this email, you're not supposed to forward on that email, that you know who to raise things to, that you know who's your DPO. They make sure that training has a quiz, so that the stuff is embedded. They make sure that, you know, there might be a follow-up. They might think, like, when it comes to information security, they have all these, like, programs now that might even send you a fake phishing email so that you can see if you click it, and then they can, like, there's different types of training. Like, not all training is made equal. No, like, some is just read this thing and read and accept that you do it and that you've read it, and others are like, okay, go through this training, look at the scenarios, pick the right scenario, do the quiz, follow up training in a year, got to do, like, so it just depends.
That's true. Do you know what, as you were speaking, I was trying to think which training have I done that's probably been the most impactful, and I'd actually love to have the founder on. It was Fearless Futures. It was and I think I've spoken about it before.
Yeah.
I loved it. Like, it was so good. It was about, there was no desk, there was no, like, books, there was no pens. It's just you and all these people you work with in a room, and you just get to hear their honest opinion on all the different isms that exist in the world and their own experiences. And I remember the when you line up and you step forward, we did all that sort of stuff. So it was just so good. So you're right, actually, if it is good training, it will stick, but I don't know if it's enough to
it has to be
to prevent
embedded, like, and put into practice. Is hard because a lot of this stuff is like
cultural,
not even cultural, like not that data protection, confidentiality. So when I say that it has to be put into practice, when someone does a mad thing, like, they need to be out. Like, it needs to, you need to be practicing what you preach.
But that's cultural, because
that is cultural. Yeah. The issue is, even if you do it, then people won't. Obviously, there's the grapevine, but people won't necessarily know that it's happened. But they will know. Everyone knows, like, if there's a lot of the time, if there's like someone who's like a particularly, rampant sex pest in the office, you'll know who that person is. Yeah. And if that person is gone one day, then people probably will assume it was because of that. So I think, even though you can't say, we got rid of this person because of sexual harassment or their conduct, people will probably figure it out. So I think there's no point in putting in training in place when you know the partner over there is sexually harassing women all the time and nothing gets done about it. Like, it just makes it so disingenuous. It needs to be like, people need to be able to believe you're going to do what you say you're going to do, and there needs to be evidence of that. So, like, for instance, when I worked at Deloitte, if you lose your laptop, you get fired. And everybody knew. Obviously, if you're more senior and blah, blah, like, there were ways around it. So basically, if you lost your laptop, you have to say that you got jacked.
That's crazy work.
Yeah, but it's important because your laptop has client data on it. They have to then tell the client and blah, blah, and they need to be able to say, the person who lost the data is out, basically.
Wow.
All of that kind of stuff. But everybody knew. So what you're not going to do, you're not going to do. You're not going to lose your laptop.
It's true.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we all knew, like, lose your laptop, you're done. Finish. Doesn't matter. You're gone. So it has to be stuff like that. Like, okay, you sexually harass, any of this kind of stuff, you're out of here. Wow. Doesn't even matter. Like, you even stop people from making those borderline jokes. If they really fear, like, the consequences of sexual harassment or anything perceived as sexual harassment, then they won't do it.
That's the problem, and they don't. And the people that don't are the people that their success in the business is tangible. Mm-hmm. So it's always the people who make money for the business that feel invincible, that feel untouchable when it comes to this type of stuff, which is why they do it, because they know that they are literally a financial loss to the business, which is why these businesses, these companies do need to stand on business. They need to stand on business more and just be like, do you know what, you make money, but you still gotta go.
Yeah,
like,
you do. You're literally replaceable.
You're replaceable, yeah. Like,
like we all are. You're replaceable.
Literally.
Like, the whole idea that you're invincible and I think it's so sad when, like, businesses literally choose, like, money over morals. It happens all the time, obviously, but in such
I've left
in such
somewhere
a blatant way.
that.
Yes, so, like, a lot of us have. I was listening to the receipts, actually. Louis Theroux was on there recently.
Yeah.
Like, what a guest.
What a guy.
Louis, please.
One day.
If you're doing the tour. Please. But he was on there talking, and they asked him, like, what's the, like, one of the most memorable or the weirdo or whatever, the most shocking thing. He was like, he's met all these weird people, but a lot of them just really mentally ill. But he said the worst one was probably Jimmy Savile, because obviously at the time he interviewed Jimmy, he never knew anything about what was going on. But he was like, to be the kind of person, he's like, to meet an actual predator, like, you're an actual predator, and you are so, like, you've done it you're so underhand, and you've worked your way into all these environments. And I actually think, like, that's so, I get it, because to actually be a lot of these people in these workplaces are predators. Like, what you're describing about Mohammed Al-Fayed and what's coming up, he's a predator.
Yeah.
Like, they walk among us. That is the scariest thing ever. And it's scary that, obviously the police will get involved, but it's scary that you or I or any other HR person will need to sit down face to face with a predator and question them and do these investigations. Like, when you deep it, it's actually mad scary. Not to say that they're gonna, pin you against the wall and start attacking you, but it's mad that we even need to be having to confront you and you're an actual predator.
Those are the worst cases for me, is when I feel like the police should be dealing with them instead of me. I'm like, I'm HR, I'm not police. Like, why am I dealing with this? This is a police matter. Those are the weirdest ones for me. Yeah, and
sometimes you just have to collect as much as you can safely, and then just hand it over to an actual police officer.
It's like, it's mad.
But I haven't been reading too much on the Harrod stuff, so I will, because I really want to know, like, not the extent of it, but the extent of the knowledge of it, because I'm sure people knew about
Well,
it.
it's decades, so people must have known. Who knew? I don't know, but people must have known. That doesn't
because
just
because you said that when we were speaking about earlier, you said that some of the women were threatened about.
Yeah, he threatened them and said that.
Oh, he threatened them. They told anybody.
Yeah.
What a scumbag.
Yeah. So, if the owner says that, but then even that close proximity of him and those employees, it makes me think they weren't like the shop floor. They might be, but I'm thinking, well, those are the ones who could probably shut up the most. But I'm thinking it must be people.
I don't know, because sometimes you could have not that he kind of was. He wasn't a celebrity, but he was a very public figure.
I'll call him a celebrity.
Yeah, but sometimes you can have by Harrod's standards, he's a celebrity. So when he's walking around, I'm sure he had access to a lot of people. So it could be someone who worked on a stand who'd be like, do you know what I mean, that he took an interest in, or it could be someone who was more senior. Nothing will surprise me. I can imagine going for someone who's more vulnerable, who maybe wants an opportunity or something like that. So I would like to find out more about. I don't know how many people have come out publicly,
and that's why I think people knew. This is related, but it's not related at all at the same time. But basically, I was having a conversation with somebody, and they used to work at Nike, and but I did ask them. I said, "Did you work with Brett?"
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he said, "Not really, but there was some crossover." And he basically said that because the company know who Brett now is, you can't slack him. They tell him when he can come into the office, when's a good. Yeah. But exactly. So
there's an element of protection.
Exactly. That they know. And I thought, okay, when I was at Facebook,
great PR for them too.
Yeah, it is. When I was at Facebook, I think I saw Mark Zuckerberg in office when I went to California. I saw him once. All the times I went, I saw him once walk past.
Could you what did
he walked around with security.
What did they use there? Not Slack. They have their own one.
Yeah, they have their internal one. Workplace they had at the time. Yeah.
Could you workplace Mark Zuckerberg?
You could.
Really?
You were advised not to. You were advised not to, but you could. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, the method. Hey, Zuck.
You could. I had a few cases where people would had a HR matter and they CC Cheryl and Mark in the email. It's what are you doing, man? What are you doing? This is done everything but help you.
Yeah, I love that. I don't know if you know what's going on in your. To be honest, I would do it if it was something very bad. I would do it.
Yeah, Cheryl got it a lot. Yeah. But my point is that there were precautions taken there, knowing the sort of power and status that a Brett has now, or a Mark Zuckerberg, obviously one of the richest
you would have to be delusional to message Brett and say, I saw you on Love Is Blind.
But that's they know that those delusional people exist, especially in a big company like that. There's idiots there that will be how's Tiffany? Does she want to? Do you know what I mean? So I feel like Harrod's what precautions, and I know it's more old school and it's been around a long time, but what precautions could you have had to prevent that from happening? Yeah, that you didn't.
And also for you, there could be general precautions, which I think decades and decades and decades ago there would have been none anyway. But then to actually address the issue, you would have to acknowledge that there was an issue, which they were never going to obviously do.
That's true.
That's very sad. That is very sad. And I hate that. Same with Jimmy Savile. I hate people dying before they get to face their crimes.
I know.
I don't care how they die. I don't care if it's natural causes, suicide. You must face your crimes. That's why I can't stand Epstein. What a coward.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, it's true. So that's one of Labour's things that they potentially want to introduce.
Yeah, I just want to know what it's going to look like in practice. Are they going to be how we have the A-class code of conduct? So is it going to be there's a code of conduct on sexual harassment and things that you need to do or ways that you need to deal with the reports, or I want to know what it's going to look like, because in India there was that
they've got POSH.
The POSH. I don't remember what it stands for. Prevention of sexual harassment. That you have to have a POSH policy, and that's all since that stuff happened with that Jyoti Singh. So I think it'll be interesting to see what it looks like.
Very interesting. I think they should do more, because you do have like India that has that. Israel has something similar as well. That there's quite a few places where I feel like, yeah, so why shouldn't the UK have something?
It's usually in response to something, but to be honest, we've had.
Yeah, but why do we feel like, hello? Like,
we've had loads of stuff that you could have responded to.
Yeah, like what?
Side. There's a show coming out now. I saw an advert for it on TikTok, but you know how like Sarah, when the Sarah Everard stuff happened, and they were advising women to like stay home basically to be safe. There's like a show where they basically, to protect women, they basically imposed a curfew on men.
Love that.
Yeah, but then something happens to a woman, and then they realise that since all the men were locked up,
it has to have been a woman.
And I just thought, what, you could have taken the storyline in any direction. And that's the only clip that I've seen. I can't remember what channel it's going to be on, but I just saw a clip of it, and I was like, okay, I'm seeing where this is going. Men are all locked up. I was thinking peace and harmony, and then suddenly now we're to blame again. So I can't remember what the show is called, but I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna look it up, and I'm gonna give it a watch and see if it's good or if it's just like. If the whole, because from the advert I've got the premises, even if we locked up men there would still be issues. That's what I've derived. So man must be the director, yeah. Gosh. But yeah, I'm gonna find out what's going on there. I'm gonna give it a watch.
Okay. So I saw a case. Well, yeah, it was a case. I can't remember the company, but basically there was a saleswoman, like the callers. Called a customer, and I can't remember if it's windows or carpet, something along those lines. So, but cannot remember for the life of me. Had a conversation with this guy, and he was saying that whatever he received was faulty and needs to be dealt with. And he was just a bit of a nuisance, a bit of an irritant on the call. And she said to him she was going to escalate it to be sorted, and she forwarded an email that the man had sent with his like annoying complaints in it, and forwarded it to her manager and said, "Can you deal with this twat?" But she kept him in the email. What an idiot! She kept him in the email, and obviously that man and his wife kicked up a big fuss about it all and was saying that, you know, they're gonna.
How could you call your customer twat?
Yeah.
You're the one that's in the wrong. It's all valid.
Yeah, doing all of that, but basically they ended up dismissing her, and the reasoning they gave was to avoid bad press. So
why did they dismiss her? Because it was an inappropriate thing to talk about a customer like that.
But do you think that's enough for dismissal? Because it wasn't intentional.
I don't think it's enough for dismissal, but it is like, I don't know, actually, it depends. It doesn't matter if it wasn't intentional, like you literally called your customer twat and the customer is in there now. So you have brought the company into disrepute. Like, you have done that. So, and it's disparaging comments. There's so many things that, like, I don't know if it's enough for gross misconduct, but
so she
definitely brought the company into disrepute.
She got 5k. Why? So she was an administrator. It was curtain and blinds. Okay. Accidentally forwarded an email calling a customer a twat to that customer instead of a colleague. She was a part-time administrator there.
Not a very good one, Jason.
She wrote, "Hi Carl, can you change this? He's a twat, so it doesn't matter if you can't." She was sacked. Yeah, that's what she said. She was sacked for gross misconduct in 2023.
Or they say like gross misconduct because disrepute. Like what?
It doesn't say any of that. And then a week after she had sent the message to a customer, she was sacked for gross misconduct a week after that email to a customer. But then she was awarded £5,484, saying that she'd been unfairly dismissed. The customer had made repeated complaints about his order and tried to get a full refund of the cost of his curtains. Shortly after she had sent the message, the customer's wife rang and asked, "Is there any reason why you call my husband a twat?" She was upset about it. When she realised her mistake, she put the caller on speaker so a colleague could hear and apologised profusely, but the customer's wife wanted to speak to the manager. Okay. The customer's wife asked how she was going to be compensated and was told she could not get the curtains for free. So she threatened to go to the press and social media. Okay. So the manager said she would investigate the matter and get back to her. So the customer was then offered £500 out of the manager's own pocket as a gesture of goodwill. Don't know what.
I love that.
Yeah, for real. So the tribunal then heard that.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, an investigation took place, disciplinary hearing, and
the reason wasn't the right reason.
No. Yeah, basically.
It's like if the customer hadn't threatened to go to the press, would they have fired her? No. So they weren't actually firing her because they thought what she did was so bad.
It was about the threats.
Yeah.
It wasn't about the email,
Yeah. Do you know what? I had a similar case once upon a time. There was a works for a company, and there's a guy.
Sorry, before you do that, one thing the judge said is because she hadn't done it before, or like said used that language before to talk about anyone else.
It's a big jump to gross misconduct.
Yeah. But continue.
So I worked somewhere where we had somebody that works for us had voiced some views. I don't know if I've spoken about this on the pod before anyway, but someone had voiced some views about, I don't know, I think Black Lives Matter, had voiced some views. Then somebody that they follow on Facebook had said, you know, it was about the people tearing down statues or something, saying that they shouldn't be doing that. Someone was like, oh, you're a racist. And he basically said, oh, when I see you, the person who works for this company said, when I see you, like, long for you in it. You better run. Yeah. Okay. On site, basically, he said in it. And then that person basically wrote into the company and said, oh, this person works for you. I think they went to uni together. This person works for you. What kind of, subscription do I need to get so that your employees don't abuse me online? And then basically he was like looking for a discount, right? And then it obviously got escalated, and then this person got pulled in because he did have the name of the company that he works for, and it basically just escalated, and they did say that he brought the company into disrepute, and there was like disciplinary sanctions for him because he was representing the company. He actually had threatened somebody online. So I think it is very different because he made an active threat to somebody's safety, physical safety, and it was like there's no reason to do it that far. So he ended up being dismissed.
Oh, he was dismissed.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I do think, again, if I'm being so honest about it, the reputational damage element was probably very big. I don't think it could have ended up as a press situation, but the reputational damage aspect was
huge.
Yeah, big. So it's unfortunate. I do think that people like that are just annoying. It's like, if you're genuinely offended, be genuinely offended, but you're only genuinely offended because you're not genuinely offended, you just want money off. To be willing to put somebody's livelihood on the line to get some free blinds is actually mad. But then also, if that person called you a twat and they will double off send it to you, then
yeah, for real.
I'm somebody that if that happened to me, I'm the one that you call them the twat. To be honest, they sound like twats.
Did you?
They sound like twats, but I'm not in it. So if I've made a very genuine complaint to you and then you've called me a twat and I found out, I'm gonna make a complaint to you. Yeah,
true. but they've been jarring.
Yeah, they do sound like twats.
Yeah. Basically. But yeah, so she got her 5.5K.
What do you think should have been the sanction?
Do you know what? Maybe I'm a nice girl, but I would say a first written warning. Because she's shown remorse instantly by putting them on speaker and apologising straight away once she realised her mistake. So it's not even like she did it and was just like shit and then just kind of sat on it. She took action, and then she's never done that before. She'd been there a while, so I would take all of that into consideration.
How do you know she's never done it before? She's never been caught doing it.
She's never been caught.
And she wasn't remorseful, let's be real. She was upset, remorseful that she got caught. She was sad that she got caught.
But that's enough for me.
Yeah.
That's enough for me, you keep your job.
I think gross misconduct is a
that's huge.
And also, to be fair, a lot of time when people write stuff like that, she wrote it to her colleague knowing that her colleague weren't going to pull her up. That's a cultural thing.
Yeah, that's true.
You know
that's true. If she felt she could do that,
Yeah, and I know if you work at my company, what you're not going to do is call up customer an idiot.
That's true.
Even if they're being an idiot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's clearly cultural. They must talk about customers like that, because if they don't, for you to do it and send it to your colleague, with your big black chest, like
That's true. Even more reason not to go gross misconduct.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. I think it's probably cultural that they do speak like that in the company.
That's true.
Because you're not going to take it upon yourself to do it if they don't.
That's true. I got one more thing to talk about. It's our favourite employers that are not Amazon, the other ones.
Tesla?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes, Tesla. Tesla are back at it again. Like, does Elon rest? Does he?
He doesn't need to rest.
Did you know you can't mute him on X even if you try?
Are you joking?
Yeah, you can't.
That's actually harassment. That's actually harassment. You're harassing me because I asked you to stop.
You can mute him, but he's not actually muted. He will show up still.
That's disgusting. Like, why would you even want to do that if you know people don't want to hear from you?
I do not like watch Elon Musk tweets at all, and they're always on my timeline. Like, it's an agenda. Like all his political tweets, it's an agenda. But anyway, Tesla are back at it again. Basically, in Germany, anyone who has been off sick, I think it's more than 3 days, they've been doing house visits to make sure they're actually sick.
But is that like just a company, or is that what the government said? Because remember you said that person.
That was Italy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like that in Germany? I don't think it is.
No, I don't think so.
Tesla just taking it upon themselves.
Yeah.
That guy needs stopping, man. They need stopping. That's crazy.
At this point, like, if you're still applying for Tesla, like, it's just... it's all self-inflicted at this point.
Masochist.
We've actually warned you so many times.
You're a masochist at this point if you're applying for Tesla.
Like, oh look, so Tesla has defended its decision to send managers to the homes, so they're even sending managers
to do the dirty
to
work.
the homes.
No way. So you're a manager, now you have to go and take time out
that's
of
part of your
job.
roles and responsibilities now.
That's disgusting.
They've been sending them to the homes of workers on long-term sick leave. So they sent managers to check up on about 24 employees so far who have continued to be paid while being on sick leave. Okay.
What's a manager? I'm so sorry to cut you, but what is the manager gonna? Because what's the manager gonna get them say they don't look sick? What is the manager supposed to do when they get there?
I just don't know. It's the factory workers, so the rates are quite high in terms of sick leave in that area, which is what prompted them to say, "You guys go to their house and go check."
Nah, man.
Is that not mad?
People also need to have a backbone. I know it must be hard at Tesla, but there's absolutely no way on this earth you could tell me that I need to go and visit a sick co-worker with an agenda to bring them back to work. Not even to take flowers.
It's mad. I hope they all have Ring cameras, because I'm not opening my door to my manager.
That's crazy. They're probably sick of you.
Yeah, probably mental health, to be honest.
Yeah, they're probably sick of you. Whipping them in the factories. And then
if they don't answer their door, like, how many times does the manager have to go? Like,
I'm too sick to get out of bed.
I'm calling the police.
That's crazy.
Like, you don't have my address to turn up at my house.
Like, just uninvited.
Yeah, I didn't give you permission.
Unannounced, unsolicited. That's crazy.
Like, whose idea was that?
They need stopping.
Who is the HR at Tesla? I want to know, because at this point it's not Elon. Like, he's mad, yes, but you people are enabling it. Who is the HR there? I really want to know.
Was the last episode that we spoke about the birthday card?
No, we haven't spoken about the birthday card.
We didn't. We speak about the birthday card.
We spoke about it, but we didn't speak about it.
But yeah, so we'll talk about it quickly. But I was just going to relate it to that, because if that's harassment, this is definitely harassment.
Nah, big facts.
So basically, the details are even foggy in my brain. But basically, there was is it a council? It was at some sort of council. But basically, a worker had won a case, basically, that her manager sending her a birthday card fell under the definition of harassment. So basically, this person had been off sick. This is a very abbreviated version. Had been off sick and asked for minimal contact.
Oh, sorry. Do you remember who her employer was? HMRC.
Was it HMRC?
It was HMRC.
Okay, I knew it was something government related. Yeah. So at HMRC, and there'd been some stuff that happened. Person went off sick. Said that whilst I'm off sick, I want very minimal contact. Just need on a must contact basis, basically. And then her manager, I think, had been off during some time, or the message hadn't been communicated properly. So maybe she told HR, she told someone, minimal contact. Then her manager proceeded to contact her several times while she was off. and the
11 times in 3 weeks.
11 times in 3 weeks. This is quite a lot for someone that said they don't want to be contacted. Even if someone doesn't tell you they want to be want to be contacted,
that's a lot.
If someone's off sick, that is a lot of time to contact them. Yeah, it's like 3 to 4 times a week. Her manager was contacting her to check in, and I'm telling you now, there's no reason to check in on someone that many times. Even once a week when someone's off is too much. Yeah. So anyway, her manager contacted her 11 times in 3 weeks, and then one of the things was that they sent a birthday card, and she had already said in the past, I don't want to be on your birthday card list. Yeah, take me off your birthday card list. Don't send me birthday cards again. Need to contact. And then so as part of the tribunal, the judge basically said sending the birthday card did basically amount to harassment, because it was conduct that was unwanted, and it was like, yeah, all of that kind of stuff. So I thought that was quite interesting. So the reason that it brought it to my mind is because I was thinking, if obviously this is different countries, but if that is enough to be harassment, your manager showing up to your door is definitely harassment.
That is so funny though. A whole birthday card, and now you're in court.
Yeah,
because of it.
But also listen to people.
Yeah.
Listen to people. The culture, like, this is where it's like, I'm glad that we're moving away from, like, now that we don't have a Tory government, I do think some of this stuff will come down a bit. But I think the culture of trying to force people who are sick back to work is disgusting. And obviously you always have people that are like piss takers and stuff like that. But realistically, a lot of companies don't really do that much for sick pay anyway. There's some companies that do a lot for sick pay, and if you're going to do that, then you need to. If you've decided that you're willing to pay people sick pay, like this is enhanced or sick pay for 6 months, then you need to eat that. Like, you make sure that you treat your employees such that they don't want to go off sick. You put things in place for them. If they are sick, they can come back. You do your occupational health. You do all of that kind of stuff. And, there'll be a minority of people who are taking the piss, and sometimes you just have to eat it, swallow it, do what you can, and that's it. But this whole culture of assuming that people who are sick are lying, that the working culture at the moment is so toxic, it's so disgusting. The amount of hours that people are working, the amount of, the scope creep on people's jobs, it does make people it makes people sick. When literally, if you want people to stop being sick, let's change the way we're working so that people are less likely to go sick. But all of this, you're sick, you must be lying. No, I'm sick because of what you're treating me. And also, you sending managers to my house is exactly why. I'm sure it's indicative of all the sorts of the culture of the company, all the sorts of behaviour that you're 100%. Doing, which are making me feel sick 100%. Of you.
100%. I just think companies think they can get away with things.
Yeah, but they can a lot of the time, and I just think it's proper nasty.
This is why people just need to speak up, because who would have thought that somebody being contacted that many times, because from HMRC's point of view, it was good intention to contact her while she's off sick.
The birthday card, the other stuff, I'm not sure about it,
But that they can say it was good intention, because all they're going to be saying is, you're right, exactly. Yeah. So I'm glad that they didn't get away with that, because you're right, like, listen to what people are telling you, but also have some self-awareness, have some EQ. Like, why are you contacting someone so many times? Why do you think it's okay to turn up at someone's house to see if they're actually sick? Like, it's just ridiculous. So I'm glad that more companies are...
Like, this is what I'm not understanding. I have to read up on that as well, because it's like, the managers, they get to the house now, cool.
Then what?
Let's the scenario is, one, you're not there. Okay, where are you? I'm at the doctor. I'm at my mum's. I'm at therapy. I'm resting. I'm at the golf course. I'm managing my mental health. Okay, now what? Cool. Other scenario, I'm home. What are you going to do? Take my blood pressure?
Like, what's going on here? Are you a doctor?
Are you gonna shine light in my eyes? Like, what are you gonna do? Say I don't seem sick?
It's actually so stupid. It's so dumb.
I actually feel most sorry for the managers,
because they don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that. Who wants to do that? That's crazy.
Me, if I'm a manager and I'm told by the company I need to go check up on people, find me at Blank Street.
Listen,
I'll be there. I'll be sitting there. I'm not going to no one's house.
Drinking Mel's maple butter.
Exactly. That's what I'll be doing. I'm not going there. What am I going there for?
That is so funny. You have to write a report. I'm sure they'll make you write a report.
That's mental.
This is crazy.
Everyone was not in. No one answered their door to me.
Listen, do you know what? Yeah, when you say that people need to be complaining, what I was thinking about, that lady who called the guy a twat. People are very brave, because my truth is that if I know that I called you a twat, I'm not going to raise an unfair dismissal claim. Because, like, I know that I'm not going to do that. And, good for her that she did it, and, like, she was in the right or whatever, but she made a mistake. The mistake wasn't as severe as the consequences kind of said it would be, or that it was. But I just know that if I know I've done something mad, I know I'm not going to raise a claim for unfair dismissal. I'm just going to eat it.
I hear you, but to your point about it being potentially cultural, she probably had receipts of other people saying this guy's a dickhead.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean?
It's true. It's
so she was probably like, there's absolutely no way when I've seen
the person's threatened.
Other people have said way worse than me. We're not going to do this now, and you're not.
I do love it when employees do that though. When like you're like, oh, you've done something bad. Like, yeah, but me and everyone else. And my favorite one, is when employees get pulled up for something, and as part of disciplinary, they start naming everybody else who has also done it. That's my favorite. So yeah, tell us.
Me too.
Tell us. And also, I get why they're upset. It's like, okay, so everybody did it, but I'm the one that not me.
It's not me. Everyone drag.
Yeah,
You're all coming with me.
Do you know what? We had a dilemma at
the live show.
We should do it. We should do an anime episode, and we should reread some of those because we had one which was about fraud. Somebody who had committed fraud.
Yes.
And I got some backup. I got some additional information on the dilemma, which we'll read out. But basically, the person ended up going for disciplinary and naming all the other persons, all the other people that had done it as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Because what do you do at that point? Because really, what you should do now, you have to investigate. If you're the investigator. You have
to pause. You have to talk to everybody
before you make a decision.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, am I going to be treated differently to everybody else?
Listen, do you know what I'm going to say?
As an investigator, what do you do in that situation?
You have to go talk to everybody else. You have to. Oh, you mean like? You're not all equals, though. You're not all equals. I'm so sorry. Somebody was leading that tribe, but you're not all equals.
Yeah, but if you find out that this person did it, everybody else did it, maybe this person has some other offences against them.
Sometimes you've got to sack everyone, you know. You've got to do it. I had a case one time where there was a load of people in a WhatsApp group just talking about all sorts, bestiality, like sexual, like racism,
and they all work together.
It all worked together. The reason for the chat was to talk about shift work, so that was why they had it. It was not to talk about all this stupidness that they were talking about, but like from that group chat. There was so many people got sacked because it was just like we can't treat you all differently. We can't say, oh, this person's a manager, this person isn't. So this no. You were all talking the same.
A lot of companies not willing to do that. A big company maybe, but a lot of companies ain't willing to do that.
I hear it, but you have to stand 10 toes. Yeah,
that's good. You know what? When I hear stuff like that, I'm like, they're talking about having bestiality is having sex with animals.
Yeah.
Talking about stuff like, how do you find your tribe when that is your
for real, like how do you feel comfortable?
Who dropped that? How do you know that? Like because if we're in a group chat, you can't say that.
No, for real, it's true. It's true.
You know what I mean? But how do you? What was the initial conversation?
As the conversation moved on to other things.
What was the initial conversation?
There was videos.
What?
There was videos.
Are you joking?
Yeah, there was videos, and like no one flinched. No one flinched.
That's crazy. I just found out, how do you know that these people are your people? Do you know what I mean? How do you know, like, what makes you think, like, oh yeah, they'll be cool with this? I'll be offended if someone thought I'd be cool with that.
No, I hear it, because you think I'm a weirdo.
Yeah. Like, what made you think, like, I'm a weirdo?
That this was okay?
Yeah.
That you could say this and I wouldn't flinch?
Yeah. You know, because I'm a true crime baby, yeah? I always think that because sometimes you find, like, there's, like, this is very dark, but, like, you get serial killers and stuff, but they're, like, a duo, but they didn't come up together, like, they met. And I always think, how did Billy meet Joe? And then who was the first one to say, okay, yeah, let's go grab a girl off the street or something? What made you, like, who made who feel comfortable? Do you know what I mean? I always think that kind of stuff, like, it's crazy doing these two weirdos link up and then go do heinous things together. Like, how did you even know that? Because you have to keep that kind of stuff inside.
It's true. I feel like, as a true crime babe as well, it's always like you know, like when you watch those shows, like the American, and they're goths and emos, and they like start by like sharing each other's like blood and stuff, and then like they do all these rituals, and then they're like, yeah, let's go find the little kids, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
By the way, Megan Fox, another tangent. You know that they'll say that she did blood bond with her.
Oh yeah. True. Oh, did she?
Yeah, so it's not true. I saw she was on someone's podcast. Whose podcast was she on? Maybe it was like Call Her Daddy or something.
Okay.
But she was on someone's podcast and she was saying that loads of people just say things about her, things that she's had done, that she's always very open about what she's had done. And she says that she was saying that she thinks it's so funny when people call her a natural beauty. She was like, no,
it's not natural.
nothing natural
I
about
love that
this.
for her.
Yeah, I like her transparency.
I have another sidestep.
Okay, we're always done.
I know, but yeah, like, so I was watching Nobody Wants This on Netflix. It's a rom-com like series, and it's got Adam Brody, Seth Cohen from The OC, who I love. I just feel like I'm watching a grown-up version of Seth Cohen. But did you know him and Blair Waldorf were married? Am I like late to the party?
I know that.
And they've been married 10 years.
Oh, they're still married now?
They're still married 10 years with 2 kids.
What does Blair do now?
I don't know.
Because you know, like, obviously Serena is out there.
Yeah.
But she's with Ryan Reynolds and
she's
acting. What is Blair? Does Blair act? What's her real name?
Maybe she's still living on royalties of
could.
Yeah.
Do you get royalties as an actress or an actor?
Yeah, when it's still in like Syndicate and stuff. Yeah, because my friend's an actor and
money to be in those things.
He gets royalties and stuff from Netflix for stuff that's.
It makes sense, you know, because all them Friends people, I know they're making royalties.
Friends, Fresh Prince, they're all like making so much money.
Oh yeah, because what's his name? Alfonso, whatever his last name
Ribeiro.
is. Yeah, he was saying that he doesn't really like Fresh Prince because basically he ended up being typecasted and he wanted to be a serious actor and no one could ever take him seriously after that. But I'm like, so why do you need to take him seriously? You're rich.
Like, for real, you're getting all the money. Yeah, for real. But yeah, like, so I didn't know that, and I was like, wow, and it's so good. Nobody Wants This. You should watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see. I watched it's just like basically is fan fiction. But what's that show with The Idea of You? I watched it actually in the hotel room when I was in Greece for your wedding.
Oh really?
There was a day it was a bit rainy. And I watched The Idea of You and it was like, it's Anne Hathaway. It's basically, the idea is like, it's sort of, what's that guy from One Direction?
Liam?
No,
Harry?
Harry Styles, yeah. It's the idea is like a One Direction type band. And imagine Harry Styles falls in love, meets like someone's mum. So I think he's like 28, or he's like 24 and she's 40.
Oh, this sounds like, oh no, that was the other way around.
And it's like, yeah, he's like 24 and she's 40 and he's like in love with her and it goes viral and everyone's like, why are you with this old lady? But obviously it's Anne Hathaway, so she's amazing.
The Star 3 is coming as well, sorry.
Is it actually? Yeah. God, so yeah, it was just like, it's basically fan fiction. Like it's akin to the fan fiction I used to read about B2K, but it made into a film. But it was it's like a light to watch.
I see.
I would recommend if you want to watch something in the background, very light.
Oh, it sounds like the opposite of the one I watched with was it Nicole Kidman and Zac Efron and someone.
Oh, but who would have been older?
And Joey King is the daughter in it. You know Joey King?
No.
She plays Gypsy Rose in the Stars thingy and Kissing Booth.
No.
Anyway, she's the daughter. But yes, basically the reverse. Like he's the
but Zac Efron would be
young one. Yeah, he's the young one in Nicole Kidman. So it's the reverse of like he's the star.
Yeah,
but
that's the same. That's the same.
Is it?
Yeah, like the young one, some guy. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Hathaway's older.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, The Idea of You.
Yeah. Have you watched any Love Is Blind?
No.
Oh, okay.
What is it? American?
Yeah, Washington.
Good. I'm obviously gonna watch.
Do you know what? I feel like with Love Is Blind, the second batch of episodes are always the better ones because they've gone on honeymoon. The pods are done. Now we're gonna see how you really live. Like, what's your salary doing for you at home? Do my parents love you? Do they not? That's what I'm really waiting for.
Now I think I like the first ones because I feel like after that it's like it's the second.
I like the drama,
good, but I like the first set because I really believe that I can get your number from the first time. I can even how they fall in love and all of that kind of stuff. Like I
can just tell.
Yeah, you can tell who's here for real and who's not.
Yeah, there's just one couple that I'm like. No, there's a few couples, but there's one couple that he's white, but he did his ancestry and found out he is Congolese, Nigerian, and Sierra Leonean.
What percentage?
0.3. But he holds on to it dearly. Like he loves it.
Are you joking?
I'm really not.
That's
and he's a Trump supporter.
What?
Yeah, he's
he's
a Trump supporter, and so he gets. Sorry, this is a spoiler. He gets with a woman who's black, and she's also Honduran as well. And then he's like
the same.
So they was he was like, oh, you're a mutt, and she was like, yeah, I'm a fucking mutt. I'm like,
I did like mixed up mutt.
Yes, a mulatto, literally. I was like, there is no way this woman is letting this white Trump supporter call her that. Yes. Because he said I always identified as white. I thought I was Italian. I did my ancestry, found out I had 0.3% thingy.
What is 0.3? I'm probably 0.3 Japanese.
So I was just like, there is no way you let him call you that. So I've from
0.3%.
Yes.
That's
so from that episode, I wrote them off as a couple. I have no time for them.
That can be a successful couple, you know. If you hate yourself enough.
Yeah, for real. Because I was like, this must be your MO, because there's absolutely no way.
It could be one of those couples, you know, them like interracial couples. Like, let me tell you, I like unproblematic interracial couples like Lauren and Cameron.
My faves.
You know, like their whole personality is not really an interracial couple. It's just I'm black.
They just love each other.
He's white. We just love each other.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Then you get interracial couples where their whole personality is we're an interracial couple, and you're making content of him washing your hair. Get out of here, please. I'm sick.
Those TikTokers.
I can't stand them. Oh, look, watch my white boyfriend, watch my afro hair. It's like, literally, get a life. but they can, if they want to be that kind of couple, they can be successful. Or the kind of couple where she's like, oh, watch me try fufu for the first time or something like that.
I hate that
I
stuff,
can't stand
man.
that kind of stuff.
I hate that. And if that's you, shame on you.
We've really digressed, but I'm just sitting into it now. Lydia and Milton are still together. I think that's so weird.
Do you know what? Out of all the Love is Blind, yeah, that is the most shocking couple that's still together for me.
Do you think it's activity?
I don't know what it is. I am so shocked they are still together. It's the only couple that still like takes me by surprise.
I saw them the other day. I cannot believe it.
Like everyone else, I'm like, oh, okay, you're still together, cool. To be fair, even Amber and Barnett being together.
No, but that doesn't shock me at all, because Amber wanted a man who was going to look after her.
And Barnett
comes from that sort of look after your wife from family. We're from the south. We like guns. That's their whole vibe.
That's true. But yeah, no one shocks me like Lydia and Milton.
I can't believe
it's mind-boggling. Like even Kwame and Thingy, I get. What's her name? Chelsea.
I kind of get that.
You know, she produced on this latest Love is Blind as well.
Yeah, she works for Netflix.
Yeah, that's why there's quite a few black people in this one, so people like.
Oh yeah, because she helps to find the love.
Yeah. People like, because Chelsea's there being an ally.
Yeah. I love that for her.
Oh gosh.
I haven't heard much from Zach and Bliss, but I think they just.
Oh, they just had a baby.
Yeah.
So they're just being parents, aren't they? Cute. Yeah. They're underrated, to be honest.
Should we end with something? Oh wait, hold on.
Oh yeah.
I have to keep this in. So, I was asking Velisa, I was like, should we mention this thing? So basically, if you came to a live show, you already know this because we sent out something, but we now have a website.
Woo! Yeah, sorry, I missed my cue.
We now have a website. So basically, we have a website which we will link in the description. It's everybodyhateshrpod.co.uk. So it's the same as like our email and stuff. And basically the website is like our new headquarters. It's like our new place to be. Mm-hmm. On the website you can sign up to our mailing list. Mm-hmm. You can look for jobs and you can share jobs. So if you have like a job that you want to post, we're allowing all of our kind of community members to post jobs on there for free at the moment. And most important, obviously you can listen to the podcast on there as well, but most, I think, interestingly, we have a forum. So we have a discussion place where you can basically go, ask questions, connect with other listeners. Sometimes like we get things in our DMs, which would probably be more appropriate if you guys were just talking to each other. Mm. So now you can do that in our forum. So go and visit the website. I think it's all very exciting.
It is.
It's one of many announcements that we are going to be making.
There's another one coming like very soon. Like literally so soon that our graphic designer has said that
it's too soon.
We're all goes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, go visit the website.
Woo! That's a wrap, guys.
Bye.